Hello students, this video is for computer science class 11. For class 11, subject computer science. Okay, code is 083. Now, in this chapter, I'll introduce you syllabus of computer science and we will start with the unit 1. Okay, now let us see syllabus of computer science in brief. There is 3 unit. I'm not going to tell you details of all the 3 units, just the unit heading I'm going to tell you. Unit 1 is computer system and organization. Okay, unit 2 computational skills and programming. Unit 3 is society, law and ethics, right? Theory paper is of 70 marks and practical is of 30 marks out of 100, right? As you know very well that whatever is taught in theory comes in practical. Okay, so the distribution of 70 marks is first unit will be of 10 marks, second unit 45 marks and third unit 15 marks. Okay, so now let us start with the first unit, that is computer system and organization, right? What is this computer system and organization? Okay, so computer system. Now there is two word, computer and system, right? As you know that computer, the term defines computation, okay, calculation, and system well known to you that different equipments are organized in that manner so that it gives us meaningful result, right? So in our body also have different systems and you know very well, right, how the organs are organized to form particular system, right? You can take the example of digestive system. All of you have studied bio till class 10, right? So all of you will be aware about our different systems in our body right now. So the different parts are involved, different organs are involved to form a system. The same concept is here also in computer system, right? So have different parts, and when the way different parts are organized, right, that is called the computer organization. Right now the way the different parts are organized, it is called the computer organization. Right, now let us see, the computer system is having divided into two parts. One is the hardware, another one is the software. That you know very well, because from the beginning, as you have started learning computer system, so this is taught to you your classes right now. So hardware and the software. Now let us see what is this hardware. Hardware is a physical part of computer system. It is a physical part of computer system, which you can see and touch, right? That is called hardware. Then what is this software? Dear students, you must know that in absence of either one of, right? If hardware will not be there, there is no meaning of software. If software is not there, then there is no meaning of hardware. So both hardware and software makes the computer integrated. Clear? It integrates the computer. So now software is what? You can define software. It provides functionalities to the hardware, and as well as it is designed to perform some specific work. Okay, it provides functionality to the hardware, right? It provides functionality to the hardware and developed to do specific work. Okay, when we will discuss about the different types of software, it is a very huge range. So you will come to know that what are the softwares which provides the functionalities to the hardware and what are the functions which is developed to do the specific work. As you have to learn programming, because the second unit is the programming, so very well you will come to know what is this software. Okay, so now let us start with the hardware. Now this hardware is very well clear to you that anything which you can see and touch in computer system, that is called the hardware, right? So let us start with the hardware. What are the different parts of the hardwares are there? Clear? So now hardware have input device, output device, CPU, memory. This memory you can divide into two parts, that is main memory, that is called the, you can say that primary memory, and secondary memory, right? Now before explanation of this different hardware of the computer system, I would like to tell you briefly, which you are already very well familiar, the basic fundamental of our work, how we are working, and what is the concept of any work, what is the basic fundamental concept of any work, and in what concept computer works, right? So let us start. Input, process and output. If you will understand these three important part which is involved in any work, that is input, process and output, right? You can take any example. Okay, you can take any example, you can take any mathematics problem. There you require data, and what you are doing with that data, the data is processed, right? And how the data is processed? By following some rules, right? If you will not follow some specific rule, you will not get the desired result. Clear? So, and after that, once the input is processed, right? Means once the input is given to the process, and after following each step in the process, it generates the output, right? After following each steps in the process, it generates the output, right? You can take any example of our real life also. Suppose you want a wooden chair, right? So definitely you will call a carpenter. You will go to a carpenter, right now, and you will tell to carpenter that you want a wooden chair, right? You want a wooden chair, right? So it is very clearly specified that the output is what? Wooden chair, right? So one thing you always remember, that any work we are doing, always we starts the work with the input, but if the output will not be very clear in your mind, you will not be able to process, and you will not be able to get the desired output. You will not be able to get the correct output. So always output should be very well clear in your mind, then only you can start the input collection, then you can choose the process, and then you will, after applying the input to the process, you will get the output, right? So if you will tell carpenter that you want a wooden chair, so what carpenter will do? He will, the chair picture is very clear in the carpenter's mind, and he will collect woods, right? And he will use wood as input, okay? He will not use iron. If he will use iron material, so what you will get? You will get iron chair, right? But you don't want iron chair, that result will be wrong. You want wooden chair. Clear? So always output must be very clear in your mind, okay? So that is input, process and output. This input is also called data. This data is processed, and what the output we are going to get, that is called the information, right? And one thing should be very well clear in your mind, that data is processed and it gives the information, and again the information becomes data for another information. We have many examples. We have in English, you have 26 alphabets, right? And the different alphabets are collected and it forms a word, and that alphabets are organized in that manner, so that it forms a word, and after that collection of words are organized in a sentence, right? And it gives a meaning. It forms a sentence, it gives a meaning, and related sentences are combined, collected together, it forms a paragraph, and collection of the paragraphs forms a chapter, right now. So this data, you can say that data is never lost, and data and information is interchangeable word. What the information you have got after processing the data, that same information may become data for another information, just like I have given you the example now. So we need data for the process, and the after data process we are getting the information. So we need some source, right, through which we will collect the data, and we require the place where the process, the rule will be kept, and that rule is followed, right? So if you will just take the example of, if you want a wooden chair and if you will go to the carpenter, so how the carpenter is able to make the chair? Because in carpenter's brain have the rules, have the process how to make a chair, right? And if the carpenter will not know that how to make the chair, carpenter will not be able to make the chair, and carpenter will not be able to know that what are the tools used for to make the chair, right now. So this happens with you can different various examples you can take. If there is one accountant, so how that person is an accountant? Because that person's brain have all the rules, all the things which is required, all the informations which is required for the work of accounting, okay, for that accountant post, right now. Similarly, if you will take the example of a doctor, so how one person is how you will call a person who is or she is a doctor? Because that person has collected all the information which is required for that profession, and that information is there in their brain. They know how to deal with the students, how to treat the student, how they deal with the patients and how to treat the patients, right now. So there is a, if data is there, process is there and information is there, so it requires some tools which through which the data will be collected, through which the process will be done, and then the information is generated, right now. So you can understand it very easily that computer is also working in the same concept, okay, input, process and output, okay. So if you have input, if you have data, so you have to give data to the computer system. So for that sake you require input device, okay. You always remember these three terms: input, process, data, or output, or data, process and information. Clear? Data, process and information. If you will remember these three things, then you will be able to easily trace out the different parts of the hardware, right now. So if you have data, so to get the data, collect the data, you require input device, okay. So here, if you, then the input is given to the, if input is collected, it requires the place where the data should be kept. So for that sake, that input is stored into the memory. Clear? It uses memory, and then it uses that data is used by the CPUs and processor, where the data will be processed, and after the processing the data is required to be displayed, okay. So output generated. So if you will remember this input, process and output, data, process and information, then never you will forget the different parts of the hardware, okay. So now, and briefly I would like to tell you the software here as just the categories of the software. Let us see the categories of the software, and after that I'll show you the block diagram of computer system, okay. So now there is the software, okay. As I told you that software provides the functionalities, right, and as well as it is developed to do the specific work. Right now computer is designed, computer replaces the human beings, right, and what kind of work it does, what the human being, what are the works are done by the human being, those works are done by the computer system. So it is very well clear to us that if the human being will work, so human being will also produce the same output, and if you are using the, instead of human being, you are using the computer system, so computer system is also producing the same output, right. So one thing you keep in your mind, if the output is same, so definitely the data will also be same, and the same process will also be followed, right. That this example you just set in your mind, right. If we are getting the same output, then how these two can do the work in different way. So just you set in your mind that computer is also doing the work same way as the human being is doing the work, human being's brain is doing the work, okay. And as you know that computer is involved with which kind of work? It involved with the data processing, right. It involved with the data processing, right now. So now let us see categories of the software. So software categories are, here is the system software, and application software, okay. Now system software is categorized into operating system, right, language processor, and utility software, right. And here is the application software. Application software is of two types. One is the general purpose general purpose, and another one is the specialized software. A specialized software. Okay, so now in briefly I would like to tell you in detail. I'll tell you when I'll explain you about the software. This system software, operating system, language processor, and utility software. Another part is divided application software. So in software I mention you two work. Okay, one is which software provides the functionalities to the hardware and it is developed for to do the specific work, right? So now the system software, operating system. What is this operating system? Operating system is the software which is residing, is the first software which resides into the computer memory, which is the first software which is loaded into the computer memory, and this is the bundle of the small programs to handle the different parts of the hardware. Clear? Now language processor we will discuss, utility software we will discuss later on. So now let us see why I explained you operating system, because it is related to the when I'll explain you block diagram, there it will be required. So now let us see the block diagram of the hardware computer system. Okay, or you can also mention that computer organization using block diagram. Clear? So you can mention here block diagram of computer system. Clear? And as I told you that you can also mention here that computer organization represented through the block diagram. And what is this block diagram? This block diagram is the logical structure of the computer system. Okay, the logical connection, you can also say that logical connection of computer hardware. Okay, now see here. You will find out that little bit difference in the different books. Clear? This is the input device. Here is the output device, and this is the CPU, central processing unit, and you can divide it into two parts, that is the CU and ALU, right? And here is the memory and primary memory and secondary memory, right? Clear? The same diagram you can represent this memory with the CPU also, right now. So this is the structure of the, this is a logical diagram of computer system. So in next video we will start with the block diagram with the computers of the computer system. Okay, thank you students.